everyone, my name is Ashley. Welcome to my stitching corner where I talk all about cross stitch. It's been a long couple of weeks since my previous video. A lot has been going on. Two main reasons for that. One, of course, being that Larry and I got married on the 14th of September. And so that was fun and beautiful and nice, and married life is at the moment not a ton different, and there's a reason for that. Larry and I really have not had a chance to really celebrate being married, and that main reason being that 3 days after our wedding, we lost my mother. She was ill and was in a hospital for a couple of weeks before, with some infections. She had pneumonia, and being an alcoholic, she had been going through some pretty bad withdrawal, which, you know, of course the hospital treated her for that and took precautions and all that stuff with her. But at one point while she was hospitalized, she did crash and did need to be intubated. And for about 2 weeks before she passed away, she was on a ventilator. And the doctors did not see really any brain function anymore, and so yeah, so yeah, that was really rough, because the day after the wedding, Larry and I flew out, or we didn't fly, we drove. I drove most of the way to Ontario to see her in hospital, where my brother and I decided to take her off of her life support. So that was very difficult, and honestly, even up until now, I'm still not, it's going to be a very long time before I'm able to fully get over having to make that decision. Yeah, so that's kind of what's been happening. I don't want to get crazy into detail or anything like that, but yeah, that's what happened with my mom, and currently at the moment I'm dealing with her estate and everything, and so I've been quite busy with that, but all in all, I've still been stitching, which is why I'm here, of course. I have about 5 projects, I think, here with me today, and I of course have a finish, which I cannot show you, unfortunately, here in person, because she is with her new owner, and that would be my Canadian Beauty by Joan Elliott that I was stitching frantically on to get finished before the wedding. And so I will try to insert here some photos of her, if I can, in a little bit of a video for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy that. She was a very emotional finish, if I'm honest. I don't know why, but when I finished her, I was like in tears. I was like inconsolable. I don't know why. I guess I was just really proud. I was really happy because she was a project that took me 4 years to do, on and off, of course, stitching on and off. I did not work on her steadily. I don't work steadily on too many of my projects. But yeah, I don't know. I was just very emotional. Like, I was sobbing. It was really bad. which is weird because I just really, it's not like that project had like really any huge significant meaning or anything, but like, I don't know, I was just like really proud of her, and proud that I stuck with her until I finished her, and that I finished her on time. So there was a lot to celebrate with that. So yeah, she's finished and she's off at the framers, from what I understand. The lady that received her has sent her to the framer. So I have yet to receive any photos of her fully finished. But once I do get those photos, I will, I'm sure, post them to my Instagram page, and I will update them and put them in my next Flosstube video. And I can hear the cat eating dog food. So I think what we'll do is I'm just gonna pause for half a second, get the cat out of the dog food, and then we'll get started with the cross stitch. All right, handled, hopefully. She always thinks she's starving. Anyway, all right. So the first project that I'll show you guys today is a project that I've been working on for the last couple of days in the mornings before I go to the barn. And that is my Mare and Foal by Dimensions Gold collection. And this was a project that, of course, I've been very determined to get my hands on, and now I'm very glad that I have it in my possession and I have it started. So now we have a head. So I have been really enjoying this one the last couple of days. Just this morning, I was up at like 4 a.m. and I filled in the rest of her face. I have a little bit to do in her nose yet, and then I plan on going in and doing some more of the half stitching in around here so I can backstitch this part of her face, because I do really like to backstitch as I go along. And I mean, the shading on the horse, I mean, it really does look amazing. And this is, of course, being stitched with all of the kit supplies. And this little Umbreon needle minder I made myself. So I'm really loving this one. And I think what I might do is like do a little bit more of the background and then stitch her neck in a little bit and then swap her out for a different dimensions kit. Because we'll talk briefly at the end of the video about my plans for December. I say plans, but we all know how I am. We all know what I'm like. So yeah, really loving this one, loving the detail, and yeah. Now, the second project that I have been working on, that is a non-Heaven and Earth Designs project, I have in my brand new project bag that was made by my friend Maria, that she gave to me as a wedding gift. And a nice kind of mottled fabric in the back with just like a little pull. And the inside is nice pale yellow fabric. So in this project bag, I have my Spellbound by Joan Elliott. I cannot remember if I showed this to you guys as a start yet or not. If I did, I'll of course insert a photo of where she was the last time I worked on her. And the same thing for my Mare and Foal. I don't know if I had been stitching on this previously before I premiered it as a new start or whatever. It's been so long. Anyway. But yeah, so this is Spellbound, and this is Joan Elliott. This is a Bump of the Night box exclusive from Polstitches. And I think several months from now, or a couple months from now, she might be available to purchase from Joan Elliott, but don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, she is being stitched on the 28 Count Lugana in Lamplight from Polstitches, which is what comes in the stitchy box. And that is where I am with her hang on. This is where I am with her currently. So she's come a long way. I was stitching on her a lot when my mother was ill in the hospital. She kind of really helped get me through some rough mornings and stuff, not being able to sleep and stuff. So yeah, I've started doing some backstitch, and her skin, if you can see there, is being stitched 1/1. I have yet to buy the petite treasure braid and the beads for her that I don't have yet, but that will come, you know, closer to when she's gonna be finished. But I really enjoy her a lot. I really love the colors. I love the fabric. It's beautiful. I don't think the camera really does it justice as to the way, like, it's a very nice, pardon the wrinkles, it's a very nice orangey, yellowy, pinky, kind of purpley fabric. Oh, that might be more. It's beautiful, and I really love it. And of course, I forgot to grab it, which I think I'm gonna have to go and do right now. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I just was remembering that in that stitchy box, of course, there was another pattern and more fabric. So I just went to grab that to show you guys as well. So as well as the Joan Elliott, there was a Polstitches designs chart included in the kit. Now, I'm probably going to butcher her name. Melanoe, goddess of ghosts and nightmares. She's quite different, and she is my first Polstitches designs chart, so I'm looking forward to stitching her. And she came with a piece of Count Lugana in 28 count as well, and that is what that looks like. So it's a very pretty color as well. So I'm looking forward to that. So she's technically kind of haul as well as Spellbound, but because Spellbound was a whip, or a new start, however you want to put it. I think Spellbound I started in like August or something like that, or July. I don't remember, but it's almost the end of October now already, and gosh, time is crazy. Okay, and then the next one that we have, I will insert a picture here of what this one looks like. It is Strength by Jeff Haney and Heaven and Earth Designs. And I am stitching this one 2/1 on 25 count Easy Count Lugana from Zweigart. And of course I have this all folded the completely wrong way. This is a big piece of fabric, folks, so just bear with me here. All my part threads. So this is where I am on that piece currently, which is a long way since the last time you guys have seen it. I almost have the first page completed. If I remember correctly, the first page ends here, so I have this much left to do on that page. And like I said, I'm doing this one 2/1 tent stitch, and I was kind of doing the block method and going diagonally with that, and I'm still going to continue to do that, but I'm going to finish the first page and then move to the second page and continue to do that diagonal block stitching with that as well. Now this project is going to be huge. I say huge, but like this is the piece of fabric that it's on, okay? It is a beast. Now, is this whole project going to go on this piece of fabric? I'm not sure. I just bought a piece of fabric and I started stitching it. And if there's leftover fabric at the end, then yippee. And if there isn't, then there isn't. But this is like a flippin' bed sheet. But I really love the colors in this one. I'm loving how it's coming along. I'm really glad to be seeing something that's not just all this purple. There's a lightning bolt in there, and then at the very edge of this page there is the beginnings of a dolphin, so I can't wait to get to that part. This probably will be my project for tomorrow. So I'm filming this on Thanksgiving for Canadians, so you know, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving and ate lots of turkey and got full. So that's that one. And then the next one that I'm going to show you guys is my Max Color Tiger Family in the Jungle by Jen Patrick Krasny, also at Heaven Earth Designs. This one is being stitched 1/1 full cross on 28 count Lugana easy count from Zweigart. And this one I think only saw not enough stitches, really. I think this one saw like 50 stitches. I really have not been working on this one as much as I should. I think mostly because I'm having a difficult time deciding where I want to be stitching on this, or how I want to tackle stitching it more specifically. But this is currently, get these part threads down here. This is currently where I am on it, and of course I've worked down towards the one tiger. My toucan is pretty much, well, not totally finished, but he's almost there. But I've been working across the top. I'm going to fold this over for a second. I've been working on finishing going across the top here because part of me wants to get all the way across the top of the design. And then part of me wants to just tackle this page by page. Like, it's such a big project. And it's Max Color, of course, so that's extra work because it's Max Color. But part of me wants to just work in these park threads and like not do parking anymore because the park threads really do bother me. And so just kind of tackle each page as much as I can, you know, with cross country, one color at a time kind of thing maybe, and you know, see where I can go with that. But that's where I'm at. Again, I'll bring in the tiger, the part of the tiger that I stitched. I really wanted to work down towards the tiger. And so, yeah, loving that one. Again, like I said, not seeing as much work as it should because I've been really, I don't know, I've been all over with my stitching lately, and things that should be getting work aren't getting work, and things that don't necessarily need to get work done on them, I'm working on them. So, and then the last project that I've been working on, which again is probably the same as Tiger Family, only seen maybe 100 stitches, 50 to 100 stitches, and that is my Mini Cunning by Sherry Gearhart, Heaven and Earth Designs, being stitched 1/1 full cross on 25 count easy count Lugana, and that's where I am with it. So I've been trying to fill in some more of this green background, but my God, the green background is getting tedious. It's a lot of green. That's what I signed up for though, so here we are. But I love the way this is coming along. And I did make a mistake down there. But guess what? It's my project, and I don't care. And you can't really hardly tell. So it's all right. But again, I might tackle this the same way as I was going to tackle my Tiger Family. I might just start putting the park threads back in and starting to fill this in little by little. Kind of, you know, one color at a time sort of thing. Because I think it will go a lot faster because this is kind of a very blocky area where there's only like 2 or 3 colors. So I figure if I do it one color at a time, it might go pretty quickly. And like I am starting to see the emblem here where the snake is and stuff, and I really do want to start seeing that and like not so much of this background nonsense. So hoping really soon that I can kind of tackle some of that and get it out of the way. But yeah, this one I'm stitching for our daughter Kristen, who has now moved to Newfoundland, so finishing this and sending it to her is going to be fun. maybe I can finish it sometime for next year. Yeah, right. I'm such a slow stitcher. But yeah, I love the way this one's turning out, and yeah. So that's pretty much it for what I've been actively working on. And then the only piece of haul that I have is this kit that I picked up off of a Facebook buy and sell cross stitch group. This is a Creative Accents called Cardinals in the Snow. And I think I picked this one up for like $15, which isn't bad. And I picked this one up because with my blue jays, I'm now on a mission, okay? Living in Nova Scotia, I've been seeing quite a few nice birds in our feeder. Goldfinches, chickadees, all of that stuff, right? And so it's been like my mission now to like stitch stuff that, you know, birds that have been in my feeder, or birds that are native to Nova Scotia. So like the cardinals and the blue jays and goldfinches and chickadees and all that kind of stuff. Those really cute, pretty birds. And I just thought that this would be a kind of really nice companion piece to my blue jays, even though it's not by Riolis. But yeah, so I picked this up and I'm really glad to have that. And hopefully this can be something that I pick up and maybe stitch next year, maybe around Christmas time. And of course now also, now mind you, this was not on my thought list when I purchased this, but because both of my parents are now no longer with me, and cardinals are usually, you know, if you see a cardinal, it's usually a sign that a loved one is checking in. My father and my mother, because male and female. So, yeah, I might stitch this to, you know, for, you know, in memory of my parents. So, but yeah, that is it for me this week, guys. So I'm really hoping that... I keep saying this is going to happen and it doesn't, but I want to work really, oh gosh, I really just need to get so much better at sticking to a filming schedule. And, you know, working on different projects every, you know, I need to be active with my stitching and a lot more active with filming and things like that. And I promise that now that things have kind of settled down in life, I pray that they've settled down as much as they can, that I can start rotating some projects and I'm a lot more active and willing to, you know, sit by the hour and stitch. And winter's coming as well, and winter for me is more of stitchy time, because in the winter there's not really a whole ton to do. You're not like getting out and gallivanting all over because the weather's really crappy, right? So winter is like the sit in and do your hobbies type of weather. So that's going to be settling in here soon, and I'm looking forward to that. Not so much looking forward to the cold air in the barn, but is what it is. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for me. I really hope that I can see you guys again in about a week. Fingers crossed heavily for that one. But guys, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you can, if you have any questions at all. And if you don't already, please go and check out my Instagram. Hasn't been too active, like I said, but hopefully here soon we will kick off with daily updates and things like that for you guys. So everybody stay safe, hug your loved ones, and we'll see you in my next one. Bye. So it came to my attention that I completely forgot to share with you guys what I was planning to do for December. So the remainder of October and November, I'm kind of just gonna do my own thing. For December, I'm going to do kind of a stitch along. So if anybody wants to join in, that's awesome. I'm going to create a hashtag on Instagram, hopefully, assuming that the tag is not already taken. So once I 100% sort that out, the dog needs out. Very quickly, I just want to touch base on what I want to do for December, and that is going to be Dimensions December. So if you have a Dimensions kit, whether it be a regular Dimensions kit, a Gold Collections Petite, a Gold Collection, anything Dimensions, we are going to be working on those through the month of December. That is my plan. So once again, once I have the hashtag sorted out, I will likely post it below if that works out. And if it works out, I'm going to post it here, what the tag's going to be, so that if you are interested and you want to join me for Dimensions December, then I would be glad to have you. And I'd be very looking forward to stitching along with you guys and seeing what you're going to be working on. If you guys would like, maybe I could like create a Facebook group as well for like Dimensions kits. I don't know. I would like to have my own Facebook page and to like have a group of people that join in on that. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below. And yeah, again, stay safe, guys. Hug your loved ones, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.